rail fans, Dave here. We're starting a new series, be 3 or 4 parts, all about building a railroad and enhancing a railroad. Garden railroad, that is. We're going to start with the planning. That'll be the first phase, this one actually. And we'll move on to the rolling stock, actually building it, the dig I call it, and then enhancing it. We'll look at the kinds of things that make a garden railroad. Is it a fantasy railroad, a whimsical, or a realistic? We'll see. And we'll talk about all those various aspects. So, grab a beverage, watch this one, and I'll meet you on the other end.
Hi, I'm Andrew. This is the planning phase. Some model railroaders just start building and let it be whatever it ends up being. We suggest you spend some time planning where you can put the railroad in from that space, where we'll hear the actual train or trains run. As we move through the process, I'll provide a page you can take a screenshot of and keep it for an outline to follow for your planning phase. This is Chapter 1, the blueprint phase. In this example, the wood area to the bottom left is the house and back patio location. To the right of the wood is the covered patio extension. And to the top, rear, and right side is the area designated for the railroad. This is another example of a railroad blueprint. At the top is the house and a sitting area. The sitting area is, in this case, where the electrical and train controls are located. We'll be coming back to this layout. It has some great features that make it fun layout without complex additions. Their layouts appear complex, but in reality, they started with the space, added the area to the designated for the railroad, and then the track plan was added. So, let's take a look at the first steps. Your plan should show all the area. Second, designate the area for the railroad. Add. The next part, get suggestions and approval from the family or others affected by this project. Don't be intimidated by large layouts. Small or large, all garden railroads start small and grow. You do whatever you want. I have yet to see a garden railroad finished. Here's a great example of starting small and growing as time goes on. This is how it all started. A small oval with some plants, a spur on the right, and an engine house on the left. Just some track, a few plants, and 2 turnouts. Later, it was expanded as shown at the top. Eventually, more was added, and now there's a grand railroad around the entire yard. One last track plan, and we'll move on to the next set of considerations. This is called a double dog bone. The next consideration is what I call the reach. That is, once all the elements are in place, the track, plants, water features, dioramas, turnouts, tunnels, and overpasses, can you get to everywhere in an emergency? There will be a time when you'll need to get to that emergency point. Make sure your plan allows for that inevitable reach. There's a lot to consider. At this point, we assume you have drawn a plan of the area and the proposed track plan. Keep in mind, it likely will not end up exactly as you have first drawn it. Let's look at several things that need to be considered. First, how many main lines? 1, 2, or how many? Radius is a consideration. How much space is there? This layout has 1 main line and a staging area so 2 trains can run, making it look like there are 2 tracks displaying 2 different trains running one, then the other. How about a point-to-point to add activity to the layout? This layout has a point-to-point adding rail action. It's an open car with passengers. At this point, to reverses back to the station. If you'd like to see these 2 layouts, both are available here on this channel, Trains in the Garden with Dave. The large layout is Up-Down on the Ground Garden Railroad 2026, and the other is Treehouse Garden Railroad 2026. Before we talk about track radius and the different engine sizes, you should start thinking about the theme. Do you want realism, fantasy? It's up to you. With a whimsical or fantasy theme, anything goes, but if you're going for realism, you'll need spurs and an area for a train yard. Let's take a look at the different engine configurations. This is important because some engines require larger track radius to avoid derailments and to look more realistic. Diesel electric engines are a bit different. We'll do these after we talk about steam. G-scale track can be bought in predetermined curvature, as shown here, or in straight pieces in varied lengths. If you're going to bend your own track, you'll need a device called a track bender. We'll cover that and its options in one of the videos yet to come. In tight spaces and narrow radius, mogul-style trains look best. On wider track, moguls and the Pacific style look great. Next is the mountain style, the Big Boy, and the Consolidation 280 that all require wide curves and long straight stretches. The Shay, the logging train, the Climax both look good on tight radius and hilly track. And they look great because there aren't many active on layouts. We're closing in on the planning phase of building a garden railroad. We cover a lot in this first of several videos on building and enhancing a garden railroad. There are the plates you saw during this video. You could take screenshots or stop the video to make notes. Last, here's a sneak peek at Chapter 2 video.
Well, I hope you found that interesting and informative. As a matter of fact, I'd like to emphasize a little something before we move on, and that is this particular layout that I showed earlier as a great example of pre-planning the railroad layout. Notice the red line that represents the one rail road that the train follows. Look closely at it and you'll see that there's a tunnel and an overpass. Beyond that, it's all a matter of dioramas, the surrounding, to make it more exciting. In future videos of this series, we're going to be talking about the trains, the rolling stock, if you will, the engineering of the regular railroad. We're going to talk about the electrical aspects, battery power versus track power versus laying out the wire. How big the layout is depends on where you put pots, which will house the primary location of wiring. There's a lot yet to cover, and we'll do it all right here in this series. I anticipate 4, perhaps 5 videos, including one on redoing some of the railroad, like you're seeing behind me. At any rate, thank you for watching this one. Please subscribe. It's really the only means we have at the moment of generating interest. If you subscribe and ring the bell, you'll get notice through your email when we upload another video. Also, give us a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that, because that tells the rest of the YouTube community that this is something that they might want to watch. So, again, thank you. Please subscribe, and I'll see you on Chapter 2.